Well, that was the new Joy Division album, and the album's called Closer. It's on Factory Records. I played the entire thing, plus added their single, which isn't on the album. That's called Love Will Tear Us Apart. The track listing goes like this. We just heard Decades. Then before that, we heard The Eternal. Then 24 Hours. Then Heart and Soul. That's one side of the record. And then on the other side, this is reverse order. A Means to an End, Colony, Passover. That's fun. Passover, Isolation, and the Atrocity Exhibition opened it up. That's the new Joy Division album in its entirety. The album's called Closer, and it's really marvelous. It's produced by Martin Hannett, who produces Everybody Good. Coming up now is a new Pauline Murray single. Pauline Murray was in a group called Penetration before they broke up. And this is Pauline Murray and the Invisible Girls. This is her first solo single. Also, let me make a couple announcements. Was The Raven by the Stranglers, and that's from their album The Raven. And I've heard that IRS Records, distributed by A&M Records, is going to release The Raven in the United States. Before that, we heard Sweetheart Contract. That's by Magazine from their album Correct Use of Soap, which is out in the United States on Virgin Atlantic. And then we opened up the set with Dream Sequences by Pauline Murray and the Invisible Girls, out on RSO Records in the United Kingdom, and they have an album coming out real soon. Okay, coming up now is The Fans. And the Fans are a group from Georgia, and this song is called Death Wish. That was Perubu, taken from the album New Picnic Time, out on Chrysalis Records in the United Kingdom. And I just heard that there'll be a new Perubu album out on Rough Trade. Seems like Chrysalis Records kicked them out. Before that, we heard Eyes on Mars by Chrome from their album Red Exposure. Then before that, we heard Sex Machine by Crawling Chaos. That's a band on Factory Records. It's a single. Then we opened up the set with Death Wish by The Fans. Coming up now is about 3 cuts from the new Suicide album. Oh, wait. Let me tell you what time it is. This is Reverend Neil X on KUT-FM and R. That was TV Playtime. That's by the Silicone Teens, and that's from their album Music for Parties on Sire Records in the United States. Before that, we heard a new single by John Fox called Burning Car. Then we heard 3 cuts from the new Suicide album. We heard Sweetheart, Mr. Ray, and we opened up with Diamonds, Fur Coats, and Champagne. Coming up now is a cut from a sampler album from Los Angeles. The name of the album is Darker Scratcher, and it has lots of groups on it. It has Jad Fair, who's in half Japanese. It has the Duduettes, the 45 Grave. It has Non, Dennis Duck, Human Hands, and the Bee People. Right now I'm going to play a cut called Guardian, and it's by The Monitors. That was Cleanliness and Order. That's another cut from the Darker Scratcher sampler, and that was Boyd Rice and Daniel Miller. Before that, we heard Path of Least Resistance. That's by the Human League, and that's from their album Human Reproduction. And then we opened up the set with another cut from Darker Scratcher by Monitor, and that's called Guardian. Well, we're coming up about to the last 20 minutes of my show. So right now I'm going to play a couple of selections from the Shining soundtrack done by Wendy Carlos, and this is the main title. Well, that's the end of our show, my show. And that was You've Lost That Loving Feeling by the Human League. That's from their album Human Reproduction. And then before that, we heard First Light by Eno and Harold Budd. That's from the album Plateau of Mirrors. And we opened up the set with a couple of cuts from the... it took me by surprise. From a couple of cuts from the Shining soundtrack. I'll be back in 2 weeks, hopefully with the new Echo and the Bunnymen album, and maybe with a little luck, the new Magazine single, which is a double single live, and a new Susie and the Banshees. This is Reverend Neil X on KUT-FM saying goodnight to Benito, wherever you are.